Okay, good evening, everyone. Just a quick sound check before we get started. Can everybody see my screen and hear me okay? If you could just drop an okay or a yes in the chat box, that would be super helpful. Great. Thank you, Ebert. Thank you, Steve. Okay, awesome. All right. So where's everybody joining us from tonight? Perfect. Thank you, Aliko. Thank you, Rick. Rick from Winnipeg. Great. Joseph is in New Jersey. Aliko's in Oakville. Oh, you're close to me, Aliko. Ebert is in Queens, New York. Very good. Okay, well, I just wanted to welcome everybody. It's great to see that we have a good cross section. Ray is from Toronto. Very good. Very close to me. I'm just in Burlington for those that are in my area. Okay, very good. So let's get this moving along. I just wanted to welcome everybody. Okay, welcome officially to the Systematic Investors Group new member orientation presentation. I was happy to put this presentation together for the new members that have recently joined our systematic community. So we recognize that there are a few moving parts to what we offer, and although not overly complicated, it can cause confusion at times. So we wanted to make the process as easy and as clear as possible so that members don't miss anything and can get the most out of all the services that we offer. Remember, our service is essentially a turnkey service, so you get everything that you need to succeed at systematic trading. Okay, and sorry for the disclaimers right at the start, everyone, but it needs to be said. Trading and investing can contain significant financial risks. This presentation and all references are subject to the disclaimers as posted on our website at www.systematic-investors.com. So please take a moment to visit and read through the disclaimers on our website before considering use of our services. All traders and self-directed investors are always responsible for managing their own risk and making their own final decisions. So please use all information again presented at your own risk. So hey everyone, my name is Dave DiMarcantonio, and for those that don't know me, I'll cover just a bit of background. So I struggled with the mechanics of trading and investing for many years. I still do struggle a bit from time to time with the emotional aspect of trading. And I think we all do. I think it just gets better over time and it's like a muscle, you just develop it. But I think we all kind of still struggle with that. So Systematic Investors Group is the result of my evolution as a trader and investor, and some of our other team members. And what I and we share with our members are the things that allowed us to be able to stay in the game. So I share the knowledge, tools, tactics, techniques, and strategies that have resulted from this journey. So hopefully what we share within the SIG community will give you the ability to survive and finally move forward with consistency, profitable trading strategies, and an efficient, effective trading workflow too. So at SIG, we often say you're just one systematic strategy away. So what does this mean? Well, this can mean many things. It can mean that you're literally just one good rules-based strategy away from turning the corner into consistency and profitability with your own trading. It can mean that you just need to start with one good strategy and replicate that approach with other good strategies in order to diversify your strategy mix. It can mean that you're just one strategy away from having the confidence to trade each day. And it can mean that you're just one strategy away from the freedom of not having to sit in front of the computer, searching out trading opportunities for hours each day. So it can mean a lot of things to different traders. And so we leave the ending up to each individual's imagination. Every presentation should have stated goals and objectives. Here are the goals and objectives of this webinar. But first, let me take a moment to thank you for joining the Systematic Investors Group community and for putting your trust in us. We're very happy to have each of you travel along the systematic journey with us. And for those joining us tonight that are not yet members, we hope that this overview of our services and offering will convince you that you're in the right place too. So here are the specific areas that we're going to cover in this site tour or presentation. So the first thing we're going to cover is the case for systematic investing. And then we're going to get a little bit into our mission. But the majority of our presentation is going to focus on agenda number 3, SIG resources. We're going to cover off on some of our major educational resources, our systematic investing masterclass and our auto trading course. And then we're going to talk a little bit about the strategies that we offer in the different categories, those being free, pro, contributor series, and mountain trading. And then we're going to show you our strategy master list. And then we're going to talk a little bit about Alera Portfolio Manager, which is the tool that allows all of our auto trading and all of our workflow to be done efficiently. And then in section number 4, agenda item number 4, we're going to talk about how it works and some FAQs where to get some of that information. So let's get started with section number 1, the case for systematic investing or systematic trading. Okay, so gang, I think you all know this, but trading can be hard. You know, this is how systematic investing can help. So trading and investing is not get rich quick, but you can do quite well over time. To be a successful trader or investor, you have to manage all aspects of your trading, including your emotions. Now that's the hard one for me still. So trade management, position sizing, and risk management are paramount to longevity. Systematic investing incorporates these aspects and more into your strategies and plan. You have to have a plan that includes good strategies that work, and you must be able to stick to that plan. Systematic investing gives you the confidence and helps you do that, and you benefit by treating trading or investing as a complete system and a complete process. So what is the general goal of systematic investing? Well, with systematic investing or trading, it's possible to more than double the average return of the market, for example, over index funds or a diversified portfolio, but with less than half of the risk and half of the losses of these and other kinds of trading with only a few minutes of daily effort. So this allows you to save time and improve the quality of your life. You can still get the benefits of being more active, but without having to sit in front of a computer all day like a day trader. You can now be consistent in every possible way, such as with money management, position sizing, stop management, risk management, entry logic, exit logic, and ultimately you'll be 100% consistent in your trade execution, which is hugely important to success. All taken together, this allows you to have better market timing and to be much more strategic and tactical in your trading. Now, a bit about our mission at Systematic Investors Group. So our mission is to empower retail traders and give them the practical tools to implement their own systematic trading or investing processes that are consistent so that they know what to expect and can therefore be more confident, profitable, and compete with the funds and bigger players out there. We essentially try to help retail traders level the playing field. Now, at Systematic Investors Group, we develop, backtest, and quantify portfolio level trading and investing strategies, which we share with our community. Strategies include reversion or pullback, momentum, momentum rotation, trend following, and various other rules-based programmatic strategies. We then help traders implement these strategies in a semi or fully automated way using software that integrates with interactive brokers and other brokers so that traders can execute from one to many strategies and their entire strategic trading plan in less than 5 minutes per day, literally less than 5 minutes per day. So there's a number of moving parts to what we do, but it isn't complicated. In fact, once you get it, it will make your trading life 100 times faster and 100 times easier. So the easiest way to understand how it all works is to spend a bit of time to follow the flowchart steps and accompanying videos, which we'll do a little bit later. Okay, so here's where we'll spend most of the time in this presentation to show you what we offer and what is available. In our SIG resources section, let's start off with the education that we offer. So on our website, just click on the resources and it will give you a drop-down menu, then go to education, as you can see here. The first link labeled Start Here is for members that are new to systematic investing. That said, I suggest that all members review the Systematic Investing Masterclass courses because it gives a good overview and perspective of systematic investing from a high level. So there are a few key educational courses on our site, and this is where you should get started when you first sign up. So there are 4 courses in total, and the Systematic Investing Masterclass is specifically designed to take new systematic traders or investors along the journey to becoming a rules-based systematic trader. The course assumes that you've been a discretionary trader in the past, that is, having made all or most of your own trading decisions using various methods, or that you're systematic or somewhat systematic, but it provides a good complete overview. So course 1 covers the journey from discretionary to systematic investor. Course 2 covers creating a trading or investing plan for those that haven't spent the time to create their own individual plan on the journey to becoming more systematic. Course 3 covers becoming systematic, how to develop setups, strategies, and systems. And for those that aren't interested in doing that, that's something that we provide our full members with as well. A lot of different quant-based strategies. And course number 4, quantifying and validating systems or strategies. So when I talk about a system, I'm usually talking about a full rules-based strategy. So let's take a look. Okay, so this is just going to link over to our website. So the way I got here was just, if you click on resources, education, and click start here, it'll take you here, and then you've got the 4 courses. They are 4 full courses, and they cover off on a lot of the topics that if you are experienced with systematic investing, you've probably come across, but it kind of wraps them in a neat little bow. And if you are new to systematic investing, there will probably be a lot of concepts in there that you haven't come across, including, information on the keys to successful trading. So that's all kind of wrapped in there, and highly recommend that you start there when you join our community. Okay, so let's move along. The second link labeled courses is where you can access the trading and investing automation for AmiBroker course. So under resources, education, courses, just under the last link that we were looking at. So the trading and investing automation for AmiBroker course is for those that design and develop their own custom strategies and that want to learn how to fully integrate those programmatic or rules-based strategies for auto trading. So again, this isn't necessary, but we do have members that we have 2 types of members essentially. Some of the members are a little bit more hands-on, and they've been studying programs like AmiBroker, and they enjoy and pursue doing what we do, which is programming, backtesting, and implementing systematic strategies. And then we have other members that recognize the benefits of using systematic strategies and don't want to spend the time and effort involved in doing that. They just want some good strategies that they can implement. So we kind of cater to both groups of members equally. Now, the technology stack used in the course is AmiBroker, Alera Portfolio Manager, which is a key tool that we'll be talking more about, and that we actually bundle for all of our members and our membership. So if you've joined Systematic Investors Group, we have a great marketing deal with Alera Trading, and we include a version of Alera Portfolio Manager for a 1-year license for all of our members. It's included with our membership. And we've done that because we love the software and we just believe in it, 100%. We use it ourselves. And along with Norgate Data and IB Gateway. So that's what the course covers. Let's just take a quick look at what that looks like. Okay, again, so if you come to resources, education, courses, it'll take you to the trading and investing automation for AmiBroker course version 2.0. Now, there's a number of different scripts and strategies as well in that course. So if that's something you're interested in, I highly recommend that you take a look at that course. It's totally turnkey as well. Okay, so now along with the course, you can also access the bonus strategy course or code, strategy code rather, that is available with the course. So for fully paid up members, after the 2-week trial has been completed and the membership has been paid in full, this course also comes with a few additional strategy code examples in AmiBroker of real working strategies that you can use to modify and model for your own strategies. Now, these are not only just example strategies, they're actually profitable strategies that we use ourselves. Okay, so rather than just providing an example of some code, we also provided working strategies so that you can actually modify some of the rules and come up with variations of your own strategies that maybe have slightly different timing or different edges built in. So you can request the strategies by filling out this form under the main contact menu. So let's just show you where that form is. Now, this presentation I'm going to turn into a PDF slide deck so that you can go through it and you can actually click on the links and it'll link you over to all of the different aspects. So this is the form. It's under contact, request access to complete AmiBroker code for 3 strategies. So what we do is we offer the RSI2 pullback strategy, the supercharged momentum trend, and the high 5 bounce. And those are all strategies that we generate signals for members of Systematic Investors Group and provide as a turnkey solution as well. Okay, so that's where you find that. Now, these 2 links are the same. So let's just move on now. Okay, now that pretty much concludes the major areas of education that are available on the SIG site right now. More education is planned and will be added in the future. But since we're headed into strategies next, this last mention is really applicable. So for those just getting started, you might want to fast track your understanding of how to interpret strategy backtests with this course. Now, this was designed for actually free members that don't have the full Systematic Investors Group membership, so that they can actually interpret the results of the free strategies that we offer. So let me just show you where this is located on our site. Okay, so this is under education, resources, education, free courses, and learning tracks. You can view that course here. And I'll just show you, it's not very long. It has a couple of different units and just, 2 modules, but it'll get you up and running pretty quickly. Okay, let me just take a quick drink. Okay, so now let's get into the turnkey strategies that we offer at Systematic Investors Group. Okay, so on our website, just click on trade ideas and it will give you a drop-down menu of all the different strategy options and strategies that we offer. We'll get to the all strategies link a little bit later. So here's a breakdown of all the different strategy areas and options. So we offer, Systematic Investors Group offers a few different levels of strategies. There is the free level. And on the free level for free members, there's the RSI2 strategy and the supercharged momentum trend strategy. Now, these are pro level strategies. I actually trade them with my own real money, both of those strategies, with a real trading account, and I leave them on all the time, and they're fully automated. But they're offered for free for people to try out our services and to try out auto trading with Alera Portfolio Manager. So that's why we offer those 2 for free. They're kind of a proof of concept so that new members and our existing members can test them out to see how systematic trading and auto trading works. Okay, and then there is our pro level. So our pro level strategies that are available to members via our systematic investing game plan membership. So when you're a full member, you have access to the pro level strategies, and then you also have access to the contributor series strategies. Those are strategies that are provided by our community members that are willing to share. So, as we grow our community, and as let's say we build some working groups for developing code together and some strategies together, for those that are willing to share and the strategies are vetted by the group with decent results and everything else, those will be added to the contributor series section, and we will generate the live signals for our members every day, so that they can actually implement based on that. And the fourth category actually is mountain trading, and these are strategies from our colleague Gary B. So this is a separate membership, and it's in a separate site area. I'll just show you quickly where that is. And I've denoted the link in green because those are Gary's colors. So mountain trading is under memberships, mountain trading, and there's a whole section on our website that talks about Gary's story, his main strategy, where you can subscribe to his signals, and then you can get all of the information for how his strategy works and everything else in that section. Okay. So now this is something that causes a little bit of confusion. I just want to spend a little bit of time on it. So our strategy signals are offered in two formats. So SIG and the SIG community are developing systematic strategies on an ongoing basis. Now, the strategies that make the cut, as I mentioned earlier, get added to the applicable category that they belong to. So depending on whether they're going to be free, pro, or contributor series strategies. So then we then generate and post the actionable signals available. So the signals are available every day, and the signals are available in two ways. So the first is with our daily strategy scans, and these are just visual scan lists. They're visual posts that you can look at on our website. And the second format is, and it's exactly the same information, it's the same signals, but they're ready in they're APM ready format. So they're Alera Portfolio Manager ready format. And those are for people that want to take those strategies and do live auto trading with Alera Portfolio Manager. So first, let's take a look at what the daily, number one, what the daily strategy scans look like. So I'm going to this should link us over to the RSI2 strategy signals, or rather the free area. And this green button, every green button is the daily strategy scan for that strategy. Now I'll explain a little bit more about what all these other buttons are a little bit later. So if you click on, let's say, this button here for the RSI2, you have some instructions here, but this is basically the strategy scan. So these were all the buy signals that were generated for today. They were actionable today. So these are end of day trading systems. The signal was generated on the close of yesterday, and they're actionable for the morning today. So you can see these are the stocks that recommended purchasing. Now, every strategy scan is going to have different output. So for example, this strategy buys, it buys using limit orders, and it sells using market on close orders. Now, every strategy is going to be different, right? So this one, for example, these are all ranked. So the highest number gives you, this is the one you should buy first, second, third, fourth. This is all done by the value of the ranking number, the ranking column. The higher number is ranked higher. BTO stands for buy to open. Order type is a LMT, is a limit order. Here's the limit price, and it's good for the day. So if this order is sent to the market and it does not execute, it will be canceled at the end of the day. So not all of the orders actually get executed in this strategy because you want to buy at a price. Now, that's all explained in a little bit later in some information where you can get the strategy rules and the strategy logic. Now, these are all the sell scans. So anything in the universe of stocks that needs to be sold will have a sell signal. Now, you might not own any of these stocks, but depending on when you started trading, because everybody starts trading these strategies at different time, it will keep everything in sync no matter when you started in the market. So that's essentially what a strategy scan looks like. All of those details are explained in some of the other videos, so I won't get too much into that today. Okay, so next, now let's take a look at the exact same signals, but in an APM ready format. So showing APM pulling signal files. Okay, so let me just do something here. So screen, show taskbar, okay. Okay, so here I've got a paper trading instance of Alera Portfolio Manager on my computer. My production version is on another computer. Now I've got 3 strategies running here. And what I'm going to show you is for each strategy, these are all strategies that we offer. If I click this little button called a G Drive folder ID, this is going to pull up the exact same information, but in a APM ready file format that our site is enabled for and that Alera Portfolio Manager can access. So here's all the sell signals, and here are all the buy signals for this particular strategy. Now, every strategy will have one of these, and they get posted just like the daily strategy scans every single day. So you can see they'll all be a little bit different. And it will tell you what it is. So systematic investors group, free signals, beta squeeze, pause sprint, Russell 3000 strategy. So this one's trading the Russell 3000, which is why you see a lot of signals here, because you're basically looking at 3000 stocks to find the best opportunities. So this is basically what the APM ready file format looks like. Once you learn how to use Alera Portfolio Manager, it's really quite easy to set this up. It just takes a couple of minutes. So here's the this is a monthly momentum rotation strategy, and it just rotates between 6 of the strongest stocks. In fact, Baidu was the only new stock it bought on its rotation day, which was today. All the other stocks have been in the portfolio for almost 2 months now, I believe. So this is a little bit less active rotation strategy that makes decisions on a monthly basis. So that's essentially how, what the APM version of our signals look like, the APM ready version. Okay, now let's move on. Okay, now before I go through all of this, let me take another quick drink. Okay, so each strategy has 4 links. So this is the example we're going to go through is the free strategy. It's the RSI2 pullback strategy. So the view latest daily scan is the one I just showed you. So what this does is it links, it's a link to view the latest visual daily strategy scan. Again, it's updated every day the market is open. So I'm just going to show you quickly what that looks like again. So that will take you to this page for the RSI2, which we actually just kind of went through. Now, where you would actually find this otherwise is in the free daily trade ideas. If you click on that and you click on this button here, view latest daily scan, and that'll take you to the same spot. Okay. Let me just close a few of these windows here. Okay, now, so the view backtest link, now we have videos on our website that explain how that works. I covered that in the education section. So in the backtesting mini course, and in this button here, how it works, I usually go through the strategy backtest for every strategy. Okay, jumping a little bit ahead, but that will kind of explain how the backtest works for the strategy. But I just want to show you quickly, every strategy has a link to view the latest backtest. Now, all of these backtests are updated automatically on our website. We have an entire server structure that will go through every one of our strategies. And every Saturday morning, it will, it'll wait for the Friday close of the week, and then it will update our backtest results on a week by week basis. So every Saturday morning, you can go and look at what the updated backtest shows, reflecting the prior week's action. So let's just take a quick link to what that looks like. Okay, and again, so here it is. So it'll give you all the assumptions that we're looking at, and it goes through, it'll give you some information. I won't get into what the actual information is in this presentation because we do cover it in other areas of the site. But then the statistics tab will give you all of the relevant statistics for the backtest, to tell you basically how well the strategy is done up until now. Now our back tests go all the way back to January the 1st, 2000 for every one of our strategies. And we use historical index constituents, which basically means that our data tracks what actually would have been trading at any given point in time, so that it's much more realistic than probably most back tests you'll see in the market. And that's just one of the data things that we look at to make things more realistic. In fact, you'll probably find that some of the results of our strategies are understated versus other sites because they don't take into consideration those kind of data considerations, and their strategies basically are fudged to look a lot better than they really are. Okay, then if you look at the charts, most people can understand an equity chart. This is like if you start with a certain amount of money, you want to see your equity grow from left to right. This is an underwater equity table to show what your potential drawdowns might look like from time to time with a strategy. And don't kid yourself, for those who tell you otherwise, all strategies go through drawdowns. Most educational sites that you learn from just haven't quantified what those drawdowns are. Okay, and that's just the truth. Now you can look at the profit table and it will show you on a month by month basis. So you can see here we start January 2000, and it'll show you on a year by year basis how the strategies have performed. And you can see, like, for example, the RSI2 in February, it was up 6.1% as of last week. And you can see what the averages on a monthly basis are. So January, the average is 1.5%, etc. And you can see what the yearly results are. Some years are going to be flat to negative. Some years are going to be really good. This is just trading, right? So you can see the last couple of years have been strong with this strategy. Okay, so that's basically where you can get access to the back tests. Oh, and let me just link back here again. So just to show you again, in order to get here, you just click on the actual category of strategy and you just click on the blue button here, okay? Okay, so the next area is APM strategy settings. So let's assume that you like a strategy and you don't want to sit in front of your computer all day, every day, and figure out what it should be buying and selling, and then reconciling, 100 sell signals to coincide with what you have in your actual portfolio. Because Alera Portfolio Manager does that. It will look at what you actually own in your portfolio and which signals are actually applicable to your portfolio to figure all that out, so you don't have to do that. So what this does is it will give you the template in order to set up Alera Portfolio Manager strategy. So every strategy has one of these recommended settings. You're welcome to change any settings you want, but there are notes here that explain the things that you might want to change and the things you might not want to. So you can just, you can zoom in. You can also just pop this out so that you get a big view. So usually what I do is if I'm setting up a new strategy and I say, okay, I like this strategy, what I'll do is just come over here. I'll click on the tab. And then what I'll do is I'll just use this as a template and I'll copy all of these settings into Alera Portfolio Manager. You'll notice some screen differences from time to time, just because, Alera gets updated from time to time, but most of the information is the same. Like, for example, this section limits has, it's combined these fields here. It's pretty intuitive. Like it's combined these fields here from 4 fields into 2. So this, for example, would say 1-1000, and this would say like 25-100,000. So that's essentially how that works, and that will give you all of the settings you need. So you don't even really need to understand what this all means, although it is, it is good to understand it, and we do provide education on that basis. But provided you want to start a new strategy, it takes a couple of minutes just to copy this and get up and running really, really quickly. Okay. So every strategy has one of these so that you can follow. And each strategy will have its own specific settings. So for example, if you set up 1 or 2 strategies, don't skip this step because different strategies have different settings. Okay. Now the last button here, how it works, strategy overview labs. So basically what these are is they're either video webinars, like once in a while we'll do a 1-hour webinar on a new strategy, or we'll just do a quick blog post with an accompanying video that explains how the actual strategy works, what the rules are, so that nobody likes to trade things that they don't understand. So what we do is we actually go through the technical rules of the strategy and how we develop the algorithms that are underlying the strategies. And we also go through usually a backtest result explanation. So let's just show you a quick example of what the RSI 2 one looks like. And again, you would just go to trade ideas, free daily trade ideas, and then you would go to that link. So this, for example, is a 1-hour webinar, and this was recorded on July the 9th, 2020 in the heat of the summer. And this basically will go through, so it's about 54 minutes, and it will go through, the entire strategy, the rules, everything else. So if you're interested exactly how a strategy works, it will go through everything. It'll go through the back test. It'll show you examples of trades, etc. Right? So every strategy has that because we don't want to provide things that are black box. We want to provide things that are totally transparent so that our members understand why they're taking trades, and also so they can understand if they're comfortable with those strategies. Okay, so that covers off on all of the strategy links. And if gang, if you have any questions, feel free to drop them in the chat box and I'll answer them along the way, or I'll leave them to the very end depending on how applicable they are. And thanks, Ed. Yes, I do have a photographer. My wife actually took that picture. And she is a professional photographer. Okay, great. So so we've also created a master list of all strategies available to make it a bit easier to navigate. So we have something that's called it's the strategy spectrum and strategy master list. So this is a list. This list is a good summary of all strategies available, including some basic performance summary metrics. So it also has direct links to most of the buttons we just covered in the last slide. So it'll show you the visual daily strategy scan signals. It'll show you the historical backtest results and some other links. The table also shows you which access level is required for each strategy with a link to the sign up for that specific access level. So let's take a quick look at what that looks like. Okay, so you can see here, the way to get here is just click on trade ideas and all strategies available. And just give me 1 second, gang. Okay, so so you can see here the strategy spectrum basically just explains all the different strategies that we develop. And the reason why we provide this information is because we categorize what the strategy that in question, where it falls on this strategy spectrum. So you can spend a minute or two just reading through that. Now this list, these are all the strategies that we currently offer. And you can see here, it will tell you a summary of the strategy name, the universe of stocks that are traded. So the RSI2 pullback strategy, for example, trades the NASDAQ 100. It's a reversion to the mean strategy. It fits here on the strategy spectrum. It's a shorter term strategy, and it's more active. The average annual return. Now, this table, we haven't figured out how to get this updated automatically every week, but at some point we may do that. So every once in a while, like every month or every quarter, I'll just come and update this. But you're getting 20 years of results, so these probably won't change too drastically. So this was updated as of December the 25th, 2020. So the average annual return of this strategy over the 20 years has been almost 15%. And then the risk adjusted return has been 26% because it takes into account the amount of exposure because you're not always 100% in the market with strategies. The maximum drawdown, this one actually looks pretty high, but it was a one-time occurrence. So you have to actually go through the strategy back test to understand what the risks of the strategies are. Now, again, here's the major link. So, I use this most of the time instead of going to each individual strategy, because a lot of times I just want to say, okay, here's my strategy. I just want to click on this link and I want to go to the daily strategy scan, or I want to go to the back test so I can get to that really quickly. So this is just kind of like a list that just makes it a little bit easier. But what we also wanted to do was tell you what access level was required, so that if somebody's looking at a strategy and they say, well, I want the NDX momentum strategy. Okay, well, that requires this access level, Mountain Trading, and it'll take you right to the membership. Now, our other strategies are mostly either free or pro members. So for the free ones, I can't actually get to this because I'm already logged in, but I'll show you the pro member. If I just click on the pro member, it'll take you over to this page where you can sign up for our service. So that's essentially how that works, gang. That's just kind of to make things a little bit easier. And as we add new strategies, we will be adding them to the list. Okay. So let's move on. Okay, so we're going to enter into a new section on Alera Portfolio Manager specifically. So we call it, instead of saying Alera Portfolio Manager every time, we just call it APM. So APM is a unique software tool that levels the playing field for retail traders. Now, it empowers you to be 100% consistent and save time while deploying your trading plan. It allows you to run multiple rules-based, systematic, or algo-based strategies and manage your entire workflow in just 5 minutes or less each day, no matter how many strategies you're running. So the strategies can be your own local strategies. That's what the course that we talked about earlier will take you through, the AutoTrading course, or strategies delivered as APM-ready strategies from the internet from various strategy development partners, such as ourselves. So we consider ourselves a strategy development partner to Alera to Alera Trading. Now, they're going to have other strategy development partners that are going to offer different types of strategies as well. If you own Alera Portfolio Manager, if you license it, you can actually run strategies from those providers as well. Okay, so let's just kind of get into what this is. Now, before talking about Alera Portfolio Manager, it might be a good idea just to watch a quick video of what APM is and what it does. This is about a 5 or 6 minute video. So let's just, and for those that have already seen this, I apologize, but I think it's good to include into this presentation because it really kind of sums up a little bit about the technology and the value proposition as well. So let's just take a quick look at that. Hopefully I've set it up so that the sound comes through the speakers. So let's do that now. Okay, sorry gang, hang on 1 second here. I think I just need to, let me just do this and let me stop share and let me share my screen again and make sure that I'm sharing the sound. So let me do that. and let me just start this over. Are you a do-it-yourself trader or investor that has spent countless hours, days, months, and maybe even years in front of your computer trying to crack the code to trading the financial markets? Perhaps you're frustrated with the little return on investment of all that time and effort, while you have sacrificed time away from your family and other enjoyable life pursuits. But you can just ask Warren to do it, because you know that trading and investing can give you the freedom to relax and live out your later years in comfort. Just ask Warren Buffett. Otherwise, why do it, right? You just need to give it some time and consistent effort and let your strategies and compounding do the rest. But building your wealth for tomorrow shouldn't require that you be a slave today to the trading or investing process. You don't have to spend countless hours each day working at your computer. In fact, it's counterproductive for most. Every good trading plan requires two things: good strategies and a good trading process. Our growing list of strategy partners can help you find good strategies that work. Just ask us about this. If you're still struggling or spending countless hours, chances are you just don't have the right tool in place, a tool designed to execute and manage that process. A good trading process tool saves you time every day, allowing you to easily manage your plan. It executes your strategies consistently so that you have the discipline to win. It allows you to easily get in or out of any number of trades so you can manage multiple diverse strategies without having to sit around waiting all day for the best setups. A good tool, in fact, frees you from having to make every little decision. It unchains you from spending countless hours in front of your computer screens every day, so you can do other things that are important in your life because it manages the process. You can now juggle many different strategies at the same time so that you can capitalize on unique, diverse trading opportunities. It empowers you to manage risk while maximizing returns. And it allows you to be totally disciplined in your trading so that you can exploit your edges day in and day out, because consistency is what wins the long game. Lastly, it will stop you from costly knee-jerk decisions so that you finally end mistakes in your trading execution. Do you wish you had such a tool to manage your trading process? Do you wish you had your own trading desk of experienced and qualified traders ready to execute your exact trades and strategies at the right time each day without hesitation? Do you wish you had the advantages of the bigger funds and players that can manage multiple strategies and multiple portfolios? Because that's what gives them the diversified edge to compete and win year in and year out in today's competitive financial markets? If you answered yes to any of these questions, then you need the correct software tool to manage your trading process. Introducing Alera Portfolio Manager, or APM for short. APM is the right software to manage and execute your trading or investing process. APM is a robust trading workflow automation tool that manages your entire trading or investing ecosystem. It connects to your broker for live trading or paper trading if you're just testing and tracking strategies. APM makes working with trade signals that are generated from just about anywhere a snap. It will manage trade execution and portfolio management of any number of strategies. APM allows full and semi-automation, giving you complete control over the entire trading life cycle. It can process signals from many sources. Whether those sources are your own local strategies written in C#, AmiBroker, or Python, or from our growing list of strategy development partners that make their strategy signals available for users of APM. With APM, you can run multiple strategies in one trading account. Those strategies can be run locally, online from a strategy development partner, or a combination of strategies and signals generated locally or from online sources. It doesn't matter where the strategy signals come from. APM will allow you to trade end of day portfolio strategies as well as intraday live strategies depending on your signal generation source. APM will allow you to use both automatic and dynamic position management. For example, you can specify that a strategy use 10% of your available funds for its portfolio, and APM will figure it all out, down to how much to position size for each individual trade position. It can manage all of your entries and exits, including trailing stops. And APM is designed to not have synchronization issues, which is a common problem that most other automation solutions struggle with. You can manage your entire rules-based or systematic investing process in less than 5 minutes per day, so you don't have to spend all day in front of your computer. In order to learn more and get started today, download a free paper trading enabled copy of Alera Portfolio Manager to test out the benefits for yourself. If you don't have your own strategies to test with APM, ask us to direct you to some free professional level strategies from our strategy development partners to try out. You'll be glad that you did. Okay, gang, so that is Alera Portfolio Manager. I just thought it would be easier to show you that video rather than kind of explain what it is. So we offer APM is bundled with your membership. So for every systematic game plan membership for each of our current memberships, we give you access to a full year license to use Alera Portfolio Manager for your own personal use. But it's a bundled discount for our SIG members. It's something that we were able to negotiate to benefit our members. So there's a significant savings there for the first year. And the reason why we did that is because we use it ourselves and we love it. So depending on the membership you choose, you either get the full pro version or you get a starter plus version of APM. So the difference is the starter plus version is fully automated. It allows up to 50,000 US dollars of your account to be traded, and that is has a retail price of $299.99 US dollars per year. That's included in the lower tier of the systematic investing game plan membership. And then the pro version is fully automated and it's unlimited. Funds can be traded. It retails for $899.99 US dollars per year. Okay. Okay, so members should always test out a few of our strategies using a paper testing version of APM first for at least a few days to a few weeks to become comfortable with the APM software. So in fact, this can be done even with a free membership for those interested in trying out auto trading and rules-based systematic strategies. So it's all explained in the how it works section, which we'll show a little bit later. But you can set up your own full auto trading, paper trading instance to see how it all works for free. Okay, so your 1 year real money trading license, we get this question a lot, of APM will not start until you're ready to activate it. So you don't lose any time. So you can activate your license after your 2-week trial and a full membership is paid, but when you're ready to activate it. So when you are ready to activate APM, you just fill out this form. I'm going to link you over to where that form is. Okay, so here's the form here, and it is under Contact Request Alera Portfolio Manager APM Activation. So it just requires a little bit of information. Over here is where it requires your brokerage account ID. In this similar fashion, it's not your username or password. So it just needs your brokerage ID in order to activate it. Do not provide any sensitive information such as your username or password. But that's all explained here, and you can do that at this link here. Okay. Okay, so there's a question here. Ed asked, does APM work with options? So Ed, not at the present time. Right now, we mostly trade stocks with it and cryptos and FX. Okay, let's see. So Rick says, thanks, Dave. I have to join another meeting at the top of the hour. Okay, you'll watch recording. You have a couple of questions if you can answer them. So what other brokers or APIs do we work with? So IB is the main one, and then there are a couple of other brokers. Now I don't have the latest version, so let me see if I can tell. Let's see here. Now we'll trade different markets. There are a couple of crypto brokers there. Now I know Dan is online. Dan, maybe you can just type in the chat box to answer that question, what the other brokers are supported. If you could do that, I'd appreciate it. Let's see. Does Norgate come with an annual membership with SIG? No, it does not. So if you wanted Norgate, you would have to contact Richard Dale, either Richard Dale or Norgate directly. Let's see. Do we have to have our own subscription? If you want to do your own strategy development and you want to use Norgate, you'll need your own subscription. If you just want to use our signals on our website, then you do not need a data feed. If you're going to use like all of our strategies, you do not need a data feed at all. Okay, let's see. Question number 3, when Norgate offers TSX data, will SIG APM also offer TSX stock trading? I hope to. I'm really interested in developing strategies, mostly rotational strategies that are a little less active with the Toronto Stock Exchange. Now, whether or not we'll actually be able to use Alera Portfolio Manager for those strategies is yet to be seen, because my understanding is that Interactive Brokers has been asked to disable the the algorithmic ability of the um, of the their IB gateway of their connection. So that's really it's not a technical issue. It's actually a regulation issue where the regulators have asked them to turn off their programmatic trading interface. So that is something that's kind of we'll have to figure out when we get there. I have suggested to Alera that they integrate other brokers that might allow that, but we'll have to see. This is something that's developing. So we don't have an answer just yet. So Joseph asks, hey Dave and Dan, have you found a solution for tracking all the trades Alera makes in Excel? Haven't been able to find an historical IBRK report export with the Alera tags. Now I'll let Dan answer that, but I do believe they do have a system in place to track most of the trades in a database, and they are going to make more data and reporting available in the graphical section of Alera Portfolio Manager. So what I mean by that is right now, for example, you can look at your portfolio. You can look at your settings, your strategy log, your portfolio. You can look at your trades if any trades go off on any particular day. So for example, this is what was traded in this strategy. It sold Halo, it bought Tree, and it bought WBA. And by the way, it will manage all your position sizing automatically. Now, in this graphical P&L, so it will show you how the strategy is performing relative to a benchmark like the SPY. So this is the blue line is our strategy, and the SPY is the just the SPY ETF. Now I understand that they are maybe tracking additional information, which I'm not totally clear on yet, but they are tracking additional trade level information, I believe, that will be available for more data analysis in the future. So if you have a specific request, you can post it in the Alera forum, and Alera will, they are quite responsive, and if they can integrate something in the future, they will add it to the roadmap. Okay, so I don't see any other questions. I hope that helps. If you have any other questions, you can email me as well. So let me just kind of move on with the presentation, and let's see here. Okay, so we mentioned earlier that we publish strategy signals in two formats. So the first is a visual format, and the second is a file-based format that is APM ready. So in other words, APM can be easily configured to just grab the folder strategy files from our site and process the strategy signals on demand. So members can gain access to APM ready strategies by filling out the appropriate form. So free members for testing purposes can request the two free strategies. So let me show you where to get that form. So let me just link over to that right now. So when you're ready to actually access strategies with the Alera Portfolio Manager, you can fill out this form and just select which strategies you want. We'll receive that and we'll usually process it the same day or within 1 day. Okay. Now, this is still a manual process. At some time, we may be able to automate this process as well. It's a little bit difficult to tie in all of our disparate systems into something that's cohesive, but we're working on it. So where that is under contact and request access to strategy scan signals for APM or automation integration. So that's where this form is. Now, if I've forgotten to put any of the strategies on there, you can just type them in here and I'll know what you're looking for. Okay. Now, each strategy will have unique APM settings. So just follow the respective template when setting up each strategy in Alera Portfolio Manager using that red button. I'll just show you quickly again what that looks like. So that is located on, this page. And that will usually be in wherever the strategy is. You'll be able to see the settings. I may actually add this to the all strategies available list at some point. Maybe add in another link here to make it a little bit faster and easier. Okay, but you'll have this presentation. You'll be able to kind of follow the logic of this. Now, now the G Drive folder ID for each strategy is located on its individual strategy scan page. So let me explain what that means. So if you click on the visual strategy scan, let's just go over there right now. Now, the way that we structure these is these strategies are actually stored in a Google Drive folder ID, and they get updated every single day. So in order to access the strategy, once you've actually filled out the form, which is this one, once you've actually filled out the form and we've given you access and we confirm that you do have access, and you set up the strategy, you're going to need to copy this ID. And when you're setting up the Alera Portfolio Manager, the folder ID will go in the applicable G Drive folder ID section, so that when you actually click this button, it will access those folders and give you the signals. So that's what that means. Every strategy has its own unique G Drive folder ID so that it knows how to access. Alera Portfolio Manager knows how and where exactly to access all of those strategy signals. Okay. So that's essentially what that means. Okay, so let's just move on. Okay, so we're getting to the end of this this presentation, gang. So the last section is just, we're going to cover quickly how it works and frequently asked questions. So that concludes what Alera Portfolio Manager is, how to access your APM license for real trading when you're ready, and how to access our APM ready systematic strategies either for testing purposes or for live trading. Now let's wrap up this presentation by providing a few good resources that explain the entire process when you're first getting started and that answer most of the questions that you might have. Okay, so how it works. Now on our main website, we have a flow chart of the logical steps in getting started with systematic investing and SIG. It consists of 4 steps. Each step can be expanded using the little plus button on the far right of each step. And you can read the instructions and watch the videos. So let me show you where this is and what it looks like. Okay, so this is in the There's a link for it on our main page as well. So I'll just show you. So if I just go to Systematic Investors main page, you can watch this video and then you can link to it here, how it works. You can also find it under resources, how it works. Okay. So what this does is it's a flow chart that follows the logical steps. And the first step is, what is systematic investing? Why should I use it? You can just click on the little plus button here. There's a little bit of a write-up. I tried to block out all the swearing, and and there are short videos that will explain each step. So you can go through step number 1. Step number 2, how to access profitable and actionable trading ideas every morning. You can watch the video on that. Step number 3, why is it important to combine multiple strategies for diversification, more opportunities, lower drawdowns, and smoother returns. It's a quick 5-minute video. And then step number 4 is where we talk about how to actually implement your trading plan. So all of the actual steps involved in downloading, setting up Alera Portfolio Manager, etc., is all contained in these. Now there are several videos covering off on some different topics, and you can go through and watch all of those videos. And then this last video will show you how to actually download, install the software, etc. So that's all contained in these 4 steps. We tried to make it as simple as possible. It's not complicated. It's just, it takes a while just to kind of look at the moving parts, but it isn't actually overly complicated at all. Okay, so that's where you find the how it worked flow chart, which is very handy. And then the last section here are frequently asked questions. So what I suggest is you can check out the frequently asked questions if you have any questions, to see if they've already been answered. So the most important one, I think, in getting started is there's a link. Hi, honey. It's my daughter just coming in. Is a link called Orientation. What should I do after signing up for the Systematic Investing Game Plan membership? It's a good step-by-step summary to help you hit the ground running fast. So this is essentially a summary of this presentation. So let me just quickly show you where to find that. So again, you just click on FAQs, and if you look at this FAQ here, Orientation, what should I do after signing up for the Systematic Investing Game Plan membership? That will all, it'll give you the steps and the links on the things that you should do. Now, for some reason, I think I may have skipped over a slide. So what I wanted to show you is earlier, actually, let me just kind of go back. Okay, so earlier when we were talking about the education section, let's see. Oh no, it's actually here. I must have just kind of flipped over it by accident. So when we were talking about in the educational section, how to integrate and automate your own strategies for those that are a little bit more technical and want to do that, I just want to show you there's another major link here for an additional strategy development resource. So there's another resource that I created back in early January. I did a presentation to the AmiBroker Canada user group, which is a group that I also run for people that are interested in learning AmiBroker. Now, what I did was I did a presentation that covered a resource for learning how to create your own strategy in AmiBroker and then take it all the way to auto trading. So it includes a strategy template and helper files, and it's a good intro that covers a lot of the course material for the auto trading course, but from a slightly different perspective, including a use case example. So let me just show you where that is. That's under our resources, articles, and blogs, and it's this link here, AmiBroker Strategy Development and Auto Trading. So let me just show you this quickly as well, because we do have some members that are interested in learning how to use AmiBroker and they're interested in learning how to take it all the way, from soup to nuts, from strategy development all the way to auto trading. So what I did was I created a presentation about that, recorded it, and then I put together a blog post which you can go through. You can go through, what the objectives of this were. We actually used a background and case study. So what I did was I took a strategy description that was from stockcharts.com called the CCI correction strategy, using the commodity channel index indicator that was developed by Donald Lambert. And basically what I did was I interpreted the rules, and then I programmed the strategy in AmiBroker, and it explains what we did here. And then I explained where it falls in the strategy spectrum. We talked about how we were going to take profits and stops. We're only trading long, etc., conditions. But what I want to show you here is if you go to the section where it says the code, there is code here that will help you go through this process. So I provided an actual template of the code, the actual code itself, so that you can backtest and modify this and use it as a template for future strategies for both the strategy itself, for the buy scan code, the sell scan code. I also gave you access to our most recent file called Gen Signals. It's the Gen Signals helper file. This is what we use to call in our software that will basically output the signals for use with the Alera Portfolio Manager. And then I also explained some other technical things like how to set up the AmiBroker batch file and the project files, etc. Okay, so I won't get too much into that. It's all here. There's a lot of information here for those that are interested. And then if you're interested in doing this, what I'd suggest is watch the edited version of this presentation. It will take you through this entire process and the entire presentation of AmiBroker strategy development and auto trading from soup to nuts. Okay, so gang, that's that. I'm sorry, I think I overlooked that earlier, and I just wanted to kind of backtrack. Let me just go to where we are now. Okay, so by the way, for those that maybe don't know, that are not full members, you can test drive our 2 free strategies for Alera Portfolio Manager and Alera Portfolio Manager itself for free to see if rules-based systematic strategies are the right fit for you. So to find out how, visit the highlighted link here at systematic-investors.com/APM-integration. The videos on this page will walk you through the exact steps. They were shown a little bit earlier as well. So it's super cool how this all works, and it won't cost you a thing to try it. So that's something that if you want to give it a try, just dive in. You'll spend about an hour going through it, and it's an hour well spent. Okay, so I'm just going to give you a little bit of a marketing spiel here, and then we'll get to questions. So imagine what things could be like tomorrow if you just had the right systematic strategies working for you. If you knew what to expect from your trading, if you had a process that was taking the right trades for you day in and day out without you having to sweat or suffer from analysis paralysis or second guess whether you're making the right decisions. Instead, it was just putting in the required work day in and day out for you. How stress-free and easy would that make your investing life? I can give you a hint, a lot easier. Okay, so thank you everyone for sticking with me until the end. I hope this orientation presentation was helpful. Before we get into questions, if you aren't already a member, don't already have a free account, you want to set one up to try things out, I'd also like to encourage those that are interested in systematic strategies to sign up for our low-risk 2-week trial of Systematic Investors Group. You'll get everything for 2 weeks for only $14.99 with coupon code SECRET15. Now, there's a couple things we don't release until you're fully paid, like Alera Portfolio Manager, the full version for trading real money, and we don't give you the code to our strategies until you've actually signed up. So if you think of any questions afterwards, you can also email me at the addresses shown, dave@systematic-investors.com, systematicinvestors@gmail.com. Okay, so I'm happy to take any and all questions. If anyone would rather ask their questions than type them, just type in Mike, M-I-C, into the chat box. And when we get to your question, I'll just turn your mic on. Okay, so do we have any questions, gang? Okay. Aliko says, thank you. You are quite welcome. And Aliko, if you're just, I think you said you were located in Oakville. I'm just in Burlington. If you want to connect sometime and talk trading, just reach out to me. I am very, very active in the local um, CSTA chapter, especially when meetings are going. I usually attend those meetings and connect with other traders. And our AmiBroker user group, which I run, we also usually run live in Oakville at the town hall on Trafalgar. So when we get back to in-person meetings, we'll be running those in person every month as well. So I'm always happy to meet other traders. I make it a point of connecting and talking to traders, at least once or twice a month in person when when COVID's not going on, because I like to keep in touch and help other traders. Okay, you got my contact from Bernard. Very good, great, that's awesome. So just reach out. So Ebert asks, will there be any plans to work with Ali and TradeStation here in the US? I have IBK and currently testing APM with IBK. So Ebert, I'm not sure what the rollout plan is with those other brokers. Um, that is a question that you could pose to Alera Trading. You could post it in the forum specifically so that they can get it into the roadmap. I've suggested a couple of other brokers that they might want to integrate, but I don't know what the roadmap is specifically for broker integration. That would be a good question for them. Aliko, I would like to connect with you. Very good. Same here. So that would be awesome. Joseph says, highly recommend the group to everyone. I've been a member for 5+ months and have found the education, technology, Alera Portfolio Manager, and strategy codes really helpful. Thank you, Joseph. And we've been happy to have you. So I apologize that this presentation came a little bit later, than from when you joined. I would have liked to have had this ready for when you joined so that we could kind of easily go through everything and show you everything that we had to offer in a more organized format. But you were one of our early members, and we appreciate you joining and sticking with us. And thank you very much for the plug. I really appreciate that. Ebert says, okay, will do. Great. Okay, so gang, it doesn't look like there's a lot of questions. I'll keep the room open for another minute or two and see if any other questions come through. Again, if you think of any other questions after, you can just send me a quick email. I like to get as many questions as possible on the recording so that when people are watching the recording after, they might have thought of the same question and it will get answered. So for those that are members, I'll be posting this recording in our member section. I'll be posting out a link to the recording as well. So let's see, which starter course for AmiBroker is recommended. So what I would recommend is there are two sort of starter courses on AmiBroker-courses.com. So what I would recommend is there's two areas that I would recommend if you're interested in learning about AmiBroker. So one is join our free group, which is, oops, sorry, that was sent as a private message. There. So amibroker-canada.org is a free group that I run, and we have monthly meetings. We actually have a meeting next Tuesday. We talk about all things AmiBroker. We share code and things like that. On that site, there is a resources section for people that are just getting started with AmiBroker. So what I usually recommend people do is there's a link to a free book by Dr. Howard Bandy that goes through all of the functions of AmiBroker. And as well, if you go to amibroker-courses.com, full disclosure, that is also my website. And that is a website that I work with AmiBroker experts that provide education. And we do put some courses together for helping people with more structured learning. That was kind of an offshoot of the AmiBroker Canada group. There's a course there by Alan Clement which is the definitive guide to AmiBroker. So that will help you get started, and it covers basically all the different functionality of how AmiBroker works, including some basic AFL or AmiBroker formula language for coding. There's also a good course there by um, Urban Yakle from Germany, and he covers some good functionality of AmiBroker as well. So I would suggest you look at those two courses. I'd suggest that you look at Howard Bandy's free book first, and you can also, if you join the AmiBroker Canada user group, you can go through. We record all of our meetings. You can go through all the different meetings and the education that's provided in those meetings. Okay, very good, Ebert. I hope that helps. Okay, gang. Yeah, so Systematic Investors Group, we don't focus or concentrate on a lot of programming. If we get more members that are interested in that, we may set up a working programming group for the members to do that. I think that would be pretty interesting thing to do if there's enough demand. We tried to keep it more towards implementation and systematic investing, generating signals, etc. But that may develop over time. Okay, gang, I don't see any other questions coming through. So I just wanted to thank you all for attending and sticking with me till the end. This recording will go out in the next day or two, and I will post it in the Systematic Investors Group website. So thank you everyone for attending, and I will close down the meeting now. Thank you very much.